Hey guys, Freddy here. Welcome back to another modern magazine thing. Because this time we're looking at Dungeons & Dragons Adventure issue number 52, which I found easily in the shops this week because of its unique cover. Yeah. Well, more on that as we look through Dungeons & Dragons Adventure issue number 52. So, this is Dungeons & Dragons Adventure issue number 52. Shuffling the bag out of the way, we can see we've got another dice, but it's one of the giant ones. So I'm not going to complain too loudly about this one, because obviously for a full, 7-piece dice set, it's going to take 7 issues. This time we've got D4. It's a bit light, it's a bit plasticky, but it's nice, chunky, it's readable. Yeah, that's not bad. Wee velvet bag to go with it. Not sure why we need a separate bag for every single one of these giant dice. But, yeah. I'm willing to accept that, that's not bad. And onto the magazine. And it's this same cover again. Now I've spotted it, I can't help but be annoyed. This is the same one we've had, the last 5 issues. Come on, there's far more artwork than a bunch of adventurers round a table. Anyway, what do we got? New and exclusive adventure. Group patrons academies. Group patrons ancient beings. Group patrons aristocrats. Power play wield magical artifacts. Now if we open up inside, we've got the contents page. We can see the adventure is Where Loyalties Lie. We've got Sage Advice Overview for Group Patrons Parts 2, 3 and 4 for Academies, Ancient Beings and Aristocrats. And then we've got Spellcasting Artifacts Parts 1, 2, 3 and 4. And that's it. We're kind of split on 2 subjects here. And that's what tears me about this issue. Because while it's nice to have a longer look, we've got 6 pages here and 8 pages here on one subject. So we're getting a much deeper dive onto the subject. The variety is what's been kind of nice in these issues, where you get a wee dip of the toe into a subject and some fresh ideas. So, while I like it, I dislike it at the same time, because we're only getting 2 things plus the adventure. Anyway, so group patrons. So we've got academies. So if you're working for some kind of academy, your students getting sent on things. Let's be a bit Harry Potter in your Dungeons & Dragons. And that's quite a nice idea. I'd never really thought of it before. Talk about how group patrons impact a party's actions. We've got academic relationships, academic benefits and perks. You get compensation, you get documentation, you get training, you get resources. There's different types of academies, and it does mention Hogwarts and Harry Potter here. So, some nice ideas in there. And then we've got ancient beings. Now, this is kind of what you would expect from a group patron. An ancient powerful being who sends the adventurers out to do their stuff. So, we talked through that. Doing the bidding of a being with a lifespan measured in centuries instantly makes you part of a scheme that will change the fate of the world. So it's explaining it pretty well. We've got different types of ancient beings. Elder dragons, lichs, bound fiends, guardian celestials of the endless primal manifestations. We've got ancients of ancient beings. And we've got benefits and perks. So you get equipment, research, sanctuary, and strange gifts left over from ancient times. Cool stuff. And then we've got aristocrats, so rich people. And there's some interesting ideas in here as well. So you've got the perks, you get a salary because they're aristocrats and they're rich. Expenses, luxury, immunity, because they've got influence. Aristocrat retainers, types of aristocrats, so talking through those. And then we're on to the section on artifacts. So talking about what artifacts are. Quests to get them, basically like Lord of the Rings is the quest to destroy the ring. Artifact seekers, and how to destroy them. Again, Lord of the Rings. We're going back to the inspirations of Dungeons & Dragons here, and artifacts are the One Ring. Part 2. So these unique magic items have secret properties that make them even more powerful. So we've got beneficial properties. And we've got a couple of tables here. While attuned to the artifact, you gain proficiency in 1 skill. Or while attuned to this artifact, you gain +1 bonus to armor class. Got major beneficial properties. So while attuned to the artifact, one of your ability scores increases by 2. While attuned to the artifact, you can't be blinded, deafened, petrified, or stunned. So there's a wide variety of different abilities there. Then we've got part 3, which has detrimental effects. So artifacts tend to have side effects where they have the negative as well. The one ring attracts the ring wraiths, etc. So we've got different tables here. While attuned to the artifact, you have disadvantage on saving throws against spells. While you're attuned to the artifact, the floor list at the top right of your character sheet is amplified in a way determined by the DM. Then we've got major detrimental ones. While you're attuned to the artifact, your body rots over the course of 4 days, after which the rotting stops. You lose your hair by the end of day 1, fingertips and toe tips by the end of day 2, lips and nose by the end of day 3. By the end of day 4, a regenerate spell restores lost body parts. Or, while you become attuned to the artifact, there is a 10% chance that you attract the attention of a demon lord that sends an avatar to wrest the artifact from you. And then part 4, we have some sample artifacts. So we've got the Axe of the Dwarvish Lords, and we've got the Wand of Orcus. And that's us finished with the content, just those 2 subjects. And then we've got the encounter, where loyalties lie. So the Kisa the Undying from last week's adventure, the Demi-Lich, I think it was, in disguise, has a bunch of undead orcs playing into the ongoing theme where you're being joined on your adventures by an orc who's wanting to get back in with their tribe. Beginning the encounter, in an Underdark cave. All of these adventures are taking part in the Underdark, but really aren't taking advantage of it as an environment. Encountering some undead orcs could happen anywhere in the deep dark part of a forest. I really would have liked some more tone to the Underdark, but fair enough. It's just showing that this is just another environment, which isn't too bad. We've got an undead ambush, and we've got the cave here. Now, this was one of the big maps they gave us with the last issue, but the scale isn't very much different to what's on here. I say it was a big map. It was A3 in size, but most of it was border. So it really wasn't much bigger than this one. And I don't see why you need this map and the other one. This is perfectly serviceable. Anyway, we've got Shieldbreaker, one of the major undead. We've got Ending the Encounter, the Orcish Pantheon. We've got Orc Zombies, Ordinary Zombies, and the stats for Ugosh Shieldbreaker. And that's it. It's not a lot to it, but it does dive very deeply into the subjects where it does feature. And the big dice, I kind of like. I'm not sure I'm going to get the whole set because I've missed enough issues, but I've almost got a full set of these big dice now. That's me got 5 out of them, so I'm not going to complain. So that was Dungeons & Dragons Adventure Issue number 52. And as I said, I'm kind of torn on that one. Because while I really did enjoy having a deeper dive onto the subjects, the patrons and the artifacts, I really liked that. But the fact that there were only 2 different subjects in the magazine made it feel so much more brief a read. And the encounter kind of adds to that, because all it is a fight with some orc zombies in a cave. There's nothing more to it than that, so the encounter itself is just very, very brief. So, all in, the magazine doesn't feel like it's got a lot to it. There's a nice dice with it, the deeper dives I did appreciate, but it feels very, very light on content because there are only 2 subjects in it, plus the adventure. But anyway, as usual, I think I've been wittering on for quite long enough, so thank you very much for watching. As always, most of all, you look after yourselves, and I'll catch you later. Bye now.